Welcome to your daily dose. My name is Robert here with my pal Matthew. We're talking all things what I didn't say. First and foremost, please go and check out the new blog that describes our latest film festival win and
Woohoo!
where we're at with Jimmy Choi as our new cast member. We've got good things happening and they're growing, and we need you to be involved with that to make it continue to grow. That project came through the cinema therapy project, the fact that it's a film or a
Mhm.
film a screenplay, right? Because
Oh,
I saw it as a play,
yeah.
and you hadn't really thought of it as a screenplay at that point, right? Yeah, it was beyond your expectation, which is great. And I'm not trying to trumpet me. This is, it's the name of yes and, right? I yes anded what you had. I didn't build it. I helped you, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
move it beyond. So here's the thing, and you know enough because now you're a board member with Yes and Exercise, and you hear the inside. And you've heard me say before, there's a wall, and I need your help with this flat out because you're my one person right now through, and I think I've had 80 participants. You're my one person who has completed a project. Now, as you know, in cinema therapy, we go through and I tout it. You're going to get a framework from this, right? You're going to get 12 one-page pieces that allow you to make whatever else it's going to be, and what you do with it after that is up to you. But no one, and it's striking and painful and really, I think, dangerous to the nonprofit itself, its existence and its growth potentially, um, that we don't have anyone else who has completed their project. What do you think or feel about that? And I know, I mean, you came in as an artist already, so there was some kind of buy-in in that regard, and you had a completed project we built off of. But can you make any sense of that others haven't completed their projects to do exactly what yours is, further show the efficacy of cinema therapy and yes and exercise?
Whew, well, there's probably it's multifactored for sure. Part of the issue is the inspiration and dedication to doing it yourself after the class, right? So there's this. I was on a roll. People were expecting me to write, and if I didn't, I got a little kick in the butt. And so there's that, and it's hard to go on by yourself sometimes unless you have a strong vision. Um, part of it is the enjoyment of it. Do I enjoy what I'm doing? Do I find fulfillment in it? Do I think it's any good? Because
Yeah.
remember, part of it was you know being affirmed by you and other people that I could do this. I had the ability to do this, and it took a long time for that to seep in. And I did the best I can. And thankful so much for your help and coaching on it. But uh, the belief that I can is powerful. And so that might be what people are struggling with. And then, of course, there's the fatigue, the apathy, I mean, if you're a Parkinson's patient and you're trying to do something that takes a long time to do,
Yeah. Yeah.
whew, it's hard. It's hard.
So yeah, let's not. I mean, this is where I know I need my reality checks from time to time because it's my lifeblood. It's what I do. It's not easy for me. It's still work, but I get it. I know how to construct a project A to Z. That's in me. And yes, that's why I'm valuable in that regard. That's why I should be highly paid for what I do because I have that skill.
Mhm.
um you know so yeah, the barrier of people don't have my background or training. I understand that's one. Being on their own, as you mentioned, yes. The word that keeps coming back, though, I'm going back to the article by Indu and Bradley, highlighted by Michael, and is that word demoralization, that people become, what I heard you say, demoralized potentially by, will anybody care, is it any good? And
Mhm.
every artist faces that. So people who don't consider themselves artists probably have that times 10,
Yeah.
because the artist, or someone who is bold enough to call themselves that, at least has the confidence. I don't want to call it a conceit, but the confidence to say, I know it's in me. But
Hmm.
people who don't know it's in them, maybe that's what makes them go, I can't do this.
Cannot think of the word. Help me. It's. I often feel like a imposter. That's the word. That's
Imposter
the word.
syndrome.
That's the deal right there. You feel like an imposter. Like I don't belong in a
Mm,
room of screenwriters. I
yeah.
I would be an imposter in that situation. That's what's tempting for me to feel and do. And so, times 10 that feeling that this might be good work, but I got lucky, or
Right.
you know, I got
We're all
coaching.
imposters at some point. I mean,
Yes, we are all imposters.
we are. It's the fake it until you make it thing. Every person who's ever been anything has had to do that. You have to. And
Yeah.
you brought up the support system. And you're right. Within the structure of the class, there's a tremendous one. But when that class ends, I mean, it's I think it's a relief for some people because it's work.
Yeah.
Let's not take away from that. It is work.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do everything I can to not make it all encompassing work, right? That's the use of
Oh,
the,
and you do, Robert. It's just the right amount, honest to goodness, of what to do and help with why and how and what. Yeah.
but
Hmm.
that 12th stage of the hero's journey. It's so important, which is the return with Elixir. Everything that we're taught in that universal, beautiful structure by Joseph Campbell is the journey wasn't for you.
Hmm.
It's for the community you serve, the community you
Mhm.
come from, the people you love. So to me, and this is with full heart and without meaning to be critical, although this may sound critical, the inability or the not finishing that work is God, I gotta find the right word. Well, it's a loss. It's a loss for the community. It's an elixir not delivered. It's medicine not received. And
Well,
that's the problem, that people don't believe their stories are going to be that. And at some point it's hard, because this is why I call myself proudly the Sherpa, which I got it as a name early on. I can walk with you. I can't carry you on my back,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know. And as you know, I'll do a lot of walking with you.
yeah. You do. Mhm.
I'm not just happy, I'm honored to do it, and I'm good at it. But I need people to show up.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, you know, people when people don't and they go, yeah, it was amazing, you're awesome, I love you, and then I think I'm going to do something else, I go, oh, this is something I experience with my kids. And I'm not trying to compare my students to the kids, but I'm just saying this is a human thing. And I don't know if it's imposter syndrome or not. When stuff gets hard, they go, I don't think I can, or, I want to do something else, or I'm bored, or a litany of other excuses for when things get hard.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I know stuff's hard, period. That's life. Stuff's hard,
That's right. That's right.
you know. But the question becomes to me about legacy. What are we doing it for? I mean, we just lost Dave Parker over the weekend. I mean, God love the legend of that man. And more than anything, I want that program to go forward, the legendary Parkinson's pickle now, so that we can get even more of his legend forward. For all the things people know, I bet there's 1,000 things they don't. And
Mhm.
that's why I want people to take that class and drive up more Dave Parker related type stories to make an anthology, right? But every single one of us has legendary stuff to offer our communities.
Well, that's the trouble. We're back to where we started, thinking I don't have an interesting story. I don't have a compelling story. Nothing big happened in my life. I didn't have this, you know, come to Jesus moment and whatever it might be. So people have to trust and have the faith that their story is better than these other stories about achievement, because this is where everyone lives. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
Like we're the everyman, and I'm writing from an everyman's perspective, which isn't this big thing and that big thing. It's just life.
Well, that's like you said. I love the way you put that. That instead of it looking, Luke saving the galaxy against the Empire, it's the same story, just told with the smaller lens. It's
Mhm.
still the same story. And again, if it's framed properly, it will have the same emotional impact, if not greater, because, like you said, it's even more relatable,
Yeah.
right? It is everyman. You're right. The value of the everyman, what we're looking for, and you know this from art, we're looking for transformation. I mean, you take any great story, and that's what we saw. We saw
Mhm.
the transformation of a person and maybe a community in front of us. That's what we're looking for. And like you said, when people say, I haven't had that moment in my life, I call bullshit. I think you have, and maybe you don't know it, or you've compartmentalized it, or you've delegitimized it in some fashion,
You've mislabeled it. Yeah, you've
mislabeled it.
mislabeled it. Mhm.
And this is where, back to your power, one of the beautiful gifts you gave to cinema therapy, aesthetic distance is so important. Fine, you can't see it in your life. Let's talk about somebody else that you can write about. And guess what happens, right? Every time, oh, I see it in them. And then, oh, did that actually have to do? Yeah, that was kind of me, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
But they don't give themselves the freedom to tell the story, because you're right. I think that looming imposter syndrome, that looming stigma is so sharp that people put themselves right back in the Parkinson's prison, the self-limiting belief system. My
Ooh.
story's not good enough.
Yeah. 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 Wow. Wow. That's right.
That, Matthew, I mean, this is me and you, man. I love you so much because you helped me untangle this real pain I mean, this is, as you know, my life's work. And I'm sitting in a ball of frustration right now about knowing I've got these wonderful people with wonderful stories who are all sitting exactly where you just described. The last thing I want to do is hold any of them in contempt. It's
Yep.
not about
Yep.
that. I love them, and I know they love me.
Well,
And
you love their potential impact. That's what you.
well,
That's
there you
what you
go.
love.
The truth is, for all of our sakes, how to get them, and I'm speaking directly to all of you now out there, my day one cinema therapy students, how to get you to put your story out in a way that makes you happy, and has enough confidence to let it do what it's supposed to do, to play midwife, to recognize it's not you, it came through you, and it has medicinal value.
Yes.
Stories have medicinal value, especially, like you say, when they're told from the every man or every woman or every person's perspective.
Even if they're a
Absolutely.
cautionary tale. Don't do this. It's still valuable.
Yeah, because humans don't do this all the time. I keep flashing for whatever reason to 127 hours. I love that movie. And,
Wait, is
and
that where he saws his arm off?
yes.
Oh man,
and,
that's
and I'm such an outdoorsy guy, and I love bike riding. And man, I would be in the slot canyons in a minute. And to even where he has himself on camera, and I mean, James Franco is such a beautiful actor. Got unfortunate problems, of course, but oh my God, was he worth every bit of glory in that Oscar he got for that role? Because that movie is so beautiful and dangerous. And don't do this. Don't fall in a slot canyon and get your arm caught and pinned between a rock and a hard place.
oh man, man, jeez.
There's a metaphor in there, though. And
Yeah,
again, we're running really long on this on purpose. I don't mind at all. And I just want to, again, highlight and thank you, um, and put the call out once again to everyone in, first and foremost, the Yes and Exercise Cinema Therapy sphere and network. I need your stories. The Parkinson's world needs your stories. The world at large needs your stories. Please finish those stories, whatever form they need to take, and let's get them out there
yeah,
so that we can help make the world a better place. That's my call right now.
yeah, yeah. I know it. I know it, Robert. It is.
Well, and I'm pointing to you above me in this picture, at least, because you're doing it. You are the shining star, and I can't be thankful enough in that regard, because you have allowed me to help you see something that you didn't see before. And again, you feel like an imposter as a screenwriter. You believe me enough to say you're going to allow me to help you write it, and then allow me to put it into film festivals, and allow me to put it in front of people,
Yeah.
do table reads, all of which is outside of your comfort zone.
Yep. 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 Every
And
bit
you're
of it.
brave enough to do it. And so thank you, Matthew.
Well, I'm. I think I'm brave enough to do the next thing. Right. So we opened that play back in, I don't know, like January of 2021. We did the play. That's all I knew to do. And then next thing you know, people calling up, hey,
Oh, shoot, you froze. Well, if this is the end of this episode of Daily Dose, we'll find out what's next for Matthew. People calling up, and what do they say? Oh, there you go. You froze. So I was just giving a wrap up.
okay.
that that Give me a concise, if you can, return on that. People called you up and they said, after
They
20.
said, we want to play here. So we go ahead and did it there, and then did it the next place. We did one thing at a time.
Yeah. Well, one thing at a time, one day at a time.
Yeah,
Many
yeah.
blessings. Thank you so much, Matthew, for being the wonderful friend you are, the wonderful artist you are,
Oh, thank you.
wonderful everyman who does extraordinary things, whether he knows them or not. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Robert.
We'll see you on the next dose.